Warning. The following program contains strong language and subject matter which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this program is intended for mature audiences only.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome
Hi.
to Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive podcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to talk some smack tonight.
Yeah. Tell them.
We are literally tonight, it's just me and Amethyst, and we're going to vent. We're going to talk about things that upset us in drag. We're going to talk about life in drag right now. We're gonna get some stuff out of our systems this evening.
Why not?
Jess is all ready to go.
Get the popcorn ready, kids.
Right? How you doing, sis?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. It was a pretty productive day. So, like, as you know, I'm gearing up to compete again, because I'm a crazy person. I'm competing again for the America system, and I finalized some things today, and it's literally 9 months ahead of time. So I think, this year's going to be pretty successful. So I'm super excited for it. Yeah, things are good. It was a good
Nice.
day. How was your day?
It was lovely. I went and did laundry. It's weird. Laundry is that weird chore that just brings me some zen and just relaxes, and I enjoy it.
I kind of like it too. It's
Right?
one of those household chores where I'm like, it smells good. It's not very
Yeah.
difficult to do. It makes me feel like I accomplished something other than drag. You know what I mean? So
Right.
what
Let's
what
talk
about with
about that.
you?
Well, before we get into that, we should talk to our Patreons a little bit because they continue to support us. They
I don't know why.
continue to keep this show going. You don't know why. Yeah, like, thank you so much to all of our Patreons: Jake, Jess, Lori, Jeremy, Estee, Josh, Chanel, Daniel, Robin, Vicky, Emily, and Hutch. We appreciate you so much. If anybody out there would like to help us keep this show going, just go right over to Patreon at Inside the Drag Closet. Subscribe for as little as $5 a month. You too can help Amethyst and me eat
Everything.
and eat we do.
Yeah, we do.
Speaking of which, Thelma and Louise look great tonight.
I can't see them because my name board's in the way. Maybe I need to make this bigger.
Here,
I
wait, no,
can't
I got it.
see.
I got you. Boobalas.
Oh God. Oh, it's tease.
That's what
I had to
tonight's
get
going
that
to be,
out.
everybody. What?
I had to get that out.
Good. Good. You look incredible.
Stop it.
Like, I
And you look
don't
ridiculous.
thank you. That's what I was going for. I'm actually, like, we were talking about it a little bit. I don't know how I feel about this wig right now. I just ordered this. It's a Webster wig. They've started doing pre-styled wigs. I like it, but I'm not in love with it. And I think that's the thing.
I think it needs more volume. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Like, I think if I get another one of these wigs and put it on the back, that's what it's
Absolutely.
missing.
Absolutely. It just needs lifted, I think. So
Yeah.
I mean, for Webster wigs, do they cater, like, I guess, I don't know if you know that or not, but do they cater to like entertainers, or are they just kind of,
That's a great question. I mean, they have
I mean,
complete your look with some Webster wig lashes. Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. Um what is and their website is beautiful. I'm actually looking right now. This is the pre-styled raspberry swirl wig.
bless
Um
you.
and it is sold out because I bought the last one.
You bought the
but
last one, didn't you?
I sure did. They have their wigs are beautiful. Like I stand by Webster wigs. The count, the hair count is just beautiful. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, a lot of my bigger, fuller wigs were Webster wigs at one point. They've started doing the tinsel wigs, like a full tinsel lace front.
Oof.
Like I
I can
love
just imagine that gets stuck in your mouth a lot. I don't know.
that. Not really. Like the one I have, it doesn't so much. But yeah, love their quality. Um, Ooh, there are some new people in the comment section tonight. One of our regulars, Sanika Diamond, the
I know her.
incredible Sanika Diamond, who in fact will be our guest in 2 weeks. Got a beautiful
Ooh,
picture of her right here. Right? Look at her. Look at her.
look
Uh,
at her.
but in 2 weeks, we are going to be enjoying Choco L'Amour,
Oh,
which is Sanika's food truck. She sent us the menu she's making for that episode. We are gonna just put on so much weight that night. It's
yes.
gonna,
The attire for the evening will be sweatpants.
yep,
So yes, there they are. Look at them.
right,
The young married couple there.
indeed.
So
And we've
nice.
got another special guest that evening.
Oh, we do. I've heard of her once before.
Right, once upon a time, our lovely mother Poison will be joining us that
My
evening.
God, we do look alike. Jesus
You
Christ.
do.
Ew.
You're like the cafe au lait version of her.
What you ordered from Wish, what you actually got.
That I also found this beautiful picture that Sanika sent to me. Look at all of
Oh,
you. This was
look at
right
the
before.
kids.
The poor security guy just looks like he's over it, though.
He looks miserable. He
That's
probably was, but
that's me in the background. That's me standing there going, "I forgot to put on drag."
you mean muggin. I love it. No, that was in Miss Pennsylvania. We were all standing outside
Yep.
of Nocturnal right in downtown, and that was probably that was probably right before crowning, honestly. I think so, anyway.
Mhm.
So yeah, spoiler alert, it didn't work out, but we'll try
Well,
it again.
I am so happy I joined that family. Um,
You
I've
should
been
be.
in I've been in drag families before, and they just weren't quite the right fit. Now I feel like I found the right fit. And like, it's funny. Poison and I talked about it. I didn't need a mother, but it felt
It
right.
looks good on a resume, you
It
know.
sure does.
Why not?
Help her show up to gigs on time.
Oh, blessed be.
Right. But we also have some new commenters tonight. Maureen Koala Bear. Love
She's in the
that.
family too, hon. She's part of the family too.
Oh, really?
Not drag. She's one of our cis family members.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
she works a lot with Choco L'Amour as well, but she's been in the 20 plus year history in the family. So
Nice. We
yes,
got
she has.
Jill commenting. Hello, beautiful to our beautiful
Hey,
drag queens. You look mighty fine tonight.
hi,
Thank you so much,
Jill.
Jill.
Thank you for
Uh,
watching, baby.
Indeed, Daniel Jackson, Amethyst. I just watched your talent from Miss Pennsylvania America. You are a fantastic performer. So true.
No, I'm all right. All right.
You do not give yourself enough credit, girl. Like,
Well, because I'm humble and I'm nice.
that's true. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We're going to
Yeah,
talk
we
about
are.
some humility. Judith is watching. Hello, sweetheart. Hope you are doing
Ah,
well.
she was at
And
Divas on Friday.
the Fru Sosnowskis are watching this evening.
Bless you. Is that how you say
I'm guessing. Matthew, did I even get close to pronouncing your name right?
Fru
Fru, is
Sosnowski?
that correct? Fru.
Fru.
That
Fru.
is Miss Roxy Fontaine.
Love her. Hey,
Indeed.
Gwen. Hey, Gwen.
What do we want to talk about first?
We want to talk about all these fabulous people that are watching right now. I need you to
Mhm.
pick up your phone and hit that little share arrow right there. Okay. Share the love, share the live. Don't be greedy. Don't keep us to yourselves. There's plenty to go around. I mean, just look at her. There's plenty here. Just plenty. My foot went through a board. Oh, baby, look. Let me tell you, the board was not rotten. It was not rotten. It was. It was rotted. I'm going off on a tangent. There's so many people sending me messages at the same time. So, oh,
Oh my god.
so I was at, ironically enough, I was at a place called the Broken Oar uh,
Well,
in Glen Burnie, Maryland on Sunday. The lovely Robin Yemen, that's her name, Robin Yemen, last minute booking, called me down. It was wonderful. I was there with the rating Miss Queen of Hearts, as well as my baby sister, Miss Gay Maryland America 23, Stormy Sky. We were doing the show. I was just about to go on for my first number. Now, mind you, it was several levels to this place. It's kind of like um, Duke's next to the water, if you've ever been there.
oh, okay.
So they had this outdoor area, big old white tent. Couldn't see the sky. It was indoors.
Mhm.
It wasn't outside drag, Joey. I know you're watching. And just about to go on for my first number, right? So I'm standing there. Yeah, that one right there. I'm standing there. They're calling my name in literally 20 seconds. The next thing I know, my left foot drops a foot down into the ground. Like it opened like a trap door. One. Thank God there was mud under there that caught my foot. Otherwise, I would have gone right into the Chesapeake Bay.
Wow.
Honey, she takes on water real quick. You don't want to see it. And Joey said that the board was rotted.
hmm
I know I'm big, but I did not do that.
That's a big bitch.
That's a huge bitch, hon. She's big and she's a big and that's all right. She pretty. As long as I'm pretty.
Right.
Anyway, thank you all for sharing the love and sharing the live. Tonight's episode is just I we love our guests, we love having our guests, but the shows I love the most are the ones where it is just my sister and I.
Yep.
We can just talk and just
Answer
let the hair
questions.
down, so to speak, and we just want to be real with you and talk about some of the highlights in our lives and some of the low times and how we got through them.
Right.
And you just ask us anything you want tonight, really. Like no question goes too far or we're not trying to hide anything from you. So we would love to hear from you. Please shout out in the chats. Tiffany Shirley's watching. Hi, baby love. I love you so much. We have some great pageants coming up in the area.
Oh
York
yeah.
and Lancaster Pride pageants are happening. So there's a lot going on, and we want you to be involved because if it wasn't for you, we would not do this. So from just to start off, thank you for all of your love and support that you've given us over the past 4 years.
Yeah. We
Four
started in
years now.
2020.
In
Yeah.
May, right? It was May of 2020.
It's May 26th, I believe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, this May will be our 4 year anniversary. So you must love us. You're crazy enough to love us, and we're crazy about you, or
Right.
just crazy.
Or just a little bit of both. Ugh,
We are crazy.
crazy. Crazy. I'm crazy for copyright infringement. Anyway.
Oh yes, send her the bill, hon, not me. No, ma'am.
Right. Sanika would like to know, Amy, who's your best daughter and why is it her?
Ah, oh, I want to put you all in a ring and let you fight to the death. Love that. That would
I
be so much fun.
I would watch that like all day long. Like
All my kids in one ring fighting it out. Lord, I'd be sitting there with popcorn, baby.
I have to
Oh,
tell you, like your kids make it's funny. I don't drink a lot, but I do feel like the crazy drunk aunt who's just kind of like, you kids are great. You're amazing. I'm having so much fun. This isn't vodka.
this
Uh
is this is great.
right.
Yeah, no, my kids are great. All the kids are wonderful. Um, I guess I started having kids very early. Sanika was my
Mhm.
first child. We were best friends before that, but um, Of course you can, Tiffany. Of course you can. Please
Yep.
ask away. But all of my kids are great. You know, they were all very eager to learn. They were all very successful. Um, some of them don't do drag anymore or as often as I know they really want to. But they have become moguls and monsters of their own accord. Sanika might do drag maybe once a year if she's lucky, but she is the sole proprietor. Her and her husband are the sole proprietors of their food truck business, Choco L'Amour, which we will be featuring them in a couple of weeks. Um, Fantastic chef and pastry chef.
Hmm.
So success right there. One of my other kids, Lexus Diamond, is a real estate agent in the Williamsport area. Is hugely successful. Super proud of her. And my one of my third daughter, Cassandra, is in hotel management,
Nice.
regionally, district, however you want to say it. Um, but all my kids are a huge success, which is great. So hopefully in some way they got some of that from me. I don't think so. Um, but I'd like to think so. I'd like to say so on TV. They got it from me. And my most recent children, of course, Alize and Alanya, super, super proud of them. No doubt in my mind they're going to be hugely successful. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
And
just
they're
about
both
love.
lovely. Like all of your
Right,
kids are so they're your kid. Like they're just genuinely wonderful people.
right. Because I
Alize
taught
needs to
them
check her text
respect.
messages, but
Yeah, Alize, is she watching? I don't know if she's watching or
I
not.
don't think she's watching.
But that's okay. She's probably busy. But yeah, I taught them respect and humility, and
Hmm.
that was always my biggest message. I don't care who you are and how far you go. If the day you surpass me is the day I've done my job. So, I let them know that respect and humility go a very long way. And it has for all of them, including myself. So, yeah. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think of me?
um, that
Tiffany,
reminds me of a topic I want to talk about tonight, but we're going to come back to that
do it.
because we did get two
Do it.
questions.
Do it.
Amber got a great question here. How long does it take you to de-drag? As fast as possible,
Ready?
right? It.
Set.
Hmm. Oh, where am I? Yep.
Would you like the blue pill or the red pill?
It's literally de-dragging is the most therapeutic thing ever
That's
because
wonderful.
we love what we do.
We do.
And that's where I get the post-show reputation of being a bit of a bitch. If it's after the show and your friends are coming back to the dressing room, I get hateful because I want to de-drag, but I don't like taking my clothes off in front of people. Um,
Right.
it's just yeah. Um, but like sometimes I'm just like I don't care, but you know,
Yeah.
um,
Getting out of drag is very, very quick. Very quick. Wig comes off, jewelry comes off, lashes come off, white.
yep.
I can be out of drag in 5 minutes.
I just figured you have to wash your makeup off like 3 times. Oh no, like
Not with the correct products.
right? Patrick Star one size. I can use one of these and my whole face will be gone, including eyebrow glue. It
Yeah.
won't do this though. It won't take the glue off of here.
With the phenomenon that drag has turned into worldwide, there are a lot of manufacturers that make things strictly for drag or for makeup removal or put on what am I trying to application? Good Lord, I
Yeah.
can't talk. I need more to drink. Um, there's a lot of things out there that will melt a face off in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah. Patrick Star also does a spray that'll just dissolve your makeup. It's incredible. Tiffany's question is here, and this
Yes.
is this is a complicated one. If a performer applies for a festival and knows that it's not close to their location, we send them a contract with their booking fee. Is it professional to ask for more since they have a long drive?
Leave that up. I want to read that again.
Okay, that, in my opinion, that's a tough one because um, some performer like I have, I have, I will ask for more money if I have like 2 hours to drive. But if it's an event that has kind of a set booking fee, I don't rock the boat too much. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie, there are weekends I've gone down to Rehoboth knowing my booking fee is paying for my hotel and all I'm making is tips.
Right.
So it depends
Right. I
on,
mean, it can be case sensitive depending on, I guess, the event,
Mhm.
the budget that I guess somebody would have, or the organization hiring them would have. Um, yeah. I mean, I think I know what she's talking about. Uh, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I ask for more money when I have to drive a certain length of time, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's case sensitive, maybe.
Yeah. I
I guess
think,
it
well, yeah.
depends.
And the tough part is, when all the performers are getting the same, um, like it does get tricky. Um,
Maybe if that person has other responsibilities other than just entertaining,
yeah. Like when I have a
then
long drive
yes.
to an event, I will ask, do you need an MC? Can I help with that? Is there anything I can help with?
Right.
You know, but I
Right.
don't just expect more money.
I wouldn't expect more money.
Hmm.
I would certainly ask. Like I was saying, if you want me to come and perform, that's one thing. But if you want me to host, or if you want me to judge a pageant or something like that, then I will ask for a little bit more money, because it's more responsibility. It's more things I have to bring, more things I have to consider and think about. I have to alter my travel time and whatnot. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's probably case sensitive,
Yeah. Daniel
I
just
would say.
posted something, and this kind of makes sense too. If they know it's a long drive, the time for them to ask for more money is when they apply, not
Yeah.
after. Although I will say, like, a lot of applications are online and not flexible, if that makes sense. Um, I just filled out an application and there was nowhere for me to document like how much I earn. It was actually a tax thing, and there was
Oh yeah.
nowhere to document other things. And I'm like, okay, this is a tax document. Like, how do I document this? Um, I also learned why the job market is a mess right now because paperwork is a mess. Nothing is user friendly. But anyway, that's
Oh
a
really?
conversation for another time. Oh, completely.
Oh
Um,
God.
it was invasive. They wanted to know how much my husband earns per year. And I'm like, none of your damn business.
It's tricky, especially when you do this for a living. We don't
Yeah.
get 401ks, we're not getting paychecks. So when it
Sometimes
comes
you
to
get an I-9.
yeah, sometimes you do.
Yep.
And I think a lot more places have been requiring entertainers to fill out W-9s and I-9s and things like that. So that does make it a little more difficult. So you have to do like a 1099 and all that. You
Yep.
can register yourself as a business if you want, but I've heard that's a bad move. So
Yeah. I've looked into becoming an
mm,
LLC and I'm like,
that too.
no, not yet.
No. Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
At a certain point, maybe. Um, Amber just bunch of people just popped in. Hello, Amy Joe. Good to see
Hi, Amy.
you. Robin just popped in. Robin is
Hi.
currently in Seussical at Theater of Harrisburg. So
Oh, how
make sure you get your
fun.
tickets to Seussical. You might know the person who did all the wigs for that show.
That's awesome.
I am having a great time. I have never wanted to yeet a wig out the window more than I have for this show. Um, so I don't like how a wig is turning out. So I'm bringing one of my personal wigs in and they're going to use that in the show. When you
That's
order
cool.
a lace front and it doesn't have any lace on it, yeah.
What happened? Did the moths eat it?
I had it literally like it was a hard front lavender wig. It was listed as a lace front on Amazon.
They
Mad
lied.
about it. I want to get a refund. Um, who else popped in?
They lied.
Josh just popped in. Hello,
Hi,
darling.
Josh.
Here's a
Oh,
name I haven't
God.
seen for a while, Tabitha Kathleen, otherwise known as
Hello.
Justice.
Hello, Justice. Hello.
Amber has a
Hello.
question here. So, do you have to file taxes and such? And can you claim all the things like your own business? I do.
Let me ask my lawyer before I answer this message.
Right. Um, for the last couple of years, I document all of my earnings. Um, and we asked our H&R Block lady, like, how much of this do I have to declare? And she's said I don't have to declare all of my tips, but it's a good idea to declare the money. Um,
Yes.
and the cool thing is where I do this show constitutes office space. So this is my office.
Ooh, right off.
Yep. Um, everything I all of the costuming I do is technically a write-off. So yeah, it's wild
Mhm.
because this is how I'm making a living. Look at that smile on her face. She's like, I'm not answering a damn thing.
I did say we would answer. I did say we would answer those
If you don't
questions,
want
but
to, you don't have to, sis. Like,
'cause I'm
I
not a
answered.
tax whiz. I'm not. I don't know all that stuff. I have somebody do that for me. So
Yeah, we do too. Like we go to Ronnie from H&R Block and we're just like, help. And she's like, I'll be
thanks,
done with
Ronnie.
this in a week. Um,
Hi from Sophia. Wait, hi from Sophia.
yeah.
Oh, hi.
Sophie. Is that your
How's that?
daughter, Sophia? Yeah.
I guess, but I don't think I know Curtis. Unless
Rude.
that Curtis, we need more information. Are you on a date with my daughter right now?
Because if you are, good for you. Tell her to answer her text
Sure.
messages.
That's right. Tell her mommy loves her.
Uh, Sophia Flawless Deluxe.
Oh my God. See, I didn't know your name. Hi, Sophia.
Hey, girl.
These
uh, Am-
queens and their aliases.
the reason Amber wants to know is because we just do drag right now. Mine's tricky because I do more than just drag right now. Like I'm working at Theater of Harrisburg. I'm about to leave to go to New Jersey to do the Renaissance Fair again. Um, like I do have a part-time job that I am stepping into just to help out some friends a little bit. But yeah, it's drag is my job. Oh, even when I'm at the Ren Fair, drag is my job.
It can be a job.
Yeah, we can do this for a living. Like, and that's I'm gonna segue into the question I was gonna ask you. This was something Delta Work brought up on her podcast, and I thought it was a really good talking point. What is your thought on drag performers who get into the art of drag in order to get on Drag Race and become famous?
Oh, sorry about it.
Right?
Sorry about it. If you
Like,
start drag simply so that you can get on TV, honey, you poor thing.
I feel like that takes away from drag.
Yeah, of course it does. Because you put yourself in a category that you think you're supposed to. No.
Yeah,
Drag Race produces drag race queens. And that's no disrespect to them,
mhm. They're
but
amazing.
they're amazing. But it creates this stigma that you have to be a certain way in order to be a certain way, so to speak. So they're
That.
oversaturating the market just to be on TV. Exactly. You know, started from the bottom, now you're here. You know, all those queens that are on TV started somewhere. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? And it's you can't just jump into drag and have a written list of things of right or wrongs to do. It comes with experience. Like I didn't learn all this from a book or from TV. This is my life's experience, you know, in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes that's where you learn all your knowledge from drag is from actually doing it. And if I'm being honest, Drag Race produces some lazy ass queens. lazy queens that don't do certain things that drag requires. So
Yeah.
yes, everybody is valid, but not all your drag is good. So
And
said what I said.
and a lot of these performers will they will be opulent. They will be amazing. They'll do things that cut
Sure.
corners, but it's still drag. But then other people are starting to see that and cutting those corners, but not to the level. And I think that's where it gets dicey for me because I mean we could go back to the argument of wearing pads. Not every drag performer needs to wear pads, but a lot of the ones that are on Drag Race have have a figure. And I'm not saying the figure is the only thing in the world because, body types come in all shapes and sizes, but
Right.
there is something to the glamour of it and something to the uh you need to learn to do the work before cutting corners. That um
Absolutely. And even the fact that you and I are sitting here thinking about what we say before we say it pisses me off.
yeah,
Completely pisses me off because there is a certain standard that drag requires. You know what I mean? People pay for a fantasy. People want to see an exaggerated version of who you are. Hence all of this crap we're wearing. You know what I mean? So it's one thing you can be who you are in your everyday. No one's taking that away from anybody.
yeah.
You are allowed to fly whatever flag you want to fly. But when it comes to drag, there's a certain standard that people spend their hard-earned money on a ticket to see you. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It's if so many things I want to
Sarah
say.
was just like, "Oop, I'm here."
Good, Sarah, you're here. So good. Prime example. No.
Right. Well, and it's like last night I was chatting with a friend of mine who is about to do their first drag performance. Sarah,
I'm
I love
tickled.
that you were here for this. That's amazing.
I'm
Um,
tickled.
and she was just kind of like she's got wonderfully thick legs, and she's gonna try pads just to see if she likes it. I don't go ahead and talk about my versatility. We're not talking about sex though. Um, but she's like, I want to
Oh,
try it. Um, like Sarah, like that was no shade to you at all. Like
not at
you
all.
know the game too. Like you've got your
It's not a
pad.
matter of shade.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of shade at all.
Yep.
One bit.
The
Not a
TV
bit
girls
of
are the
shade in
tip
that statement.
snatchers. I'm gonna yeah, like I did a show recently and I'm not gonna mention the girl's name. She busted her ass that night, but every tip she grabbed and threw it, grabbed and threw it, grabbed and threw it. And nothing makes me angrier than watching a performer just grab a dollar and throw it on the ground. We had a stage kitten at that show, and that's all fine and dandy, but I was like, that is so disrespectful to everybody who's giving you their hard-earned money.
It is.
Like,
It really
um,
is. Like that's the same way. Like, okay, let's flip that for a second. What if an audience member holds up a dollar for you, and as soon as you get there, they throw it on the ground?
right? That's
Same
the
thing.
that's the equivalent of an audience member playing tug of war.
Right.
That infuriates me so much. Um, it's and most people don't know they're doing something that they're not supposed to. But like tug of war, don't do it. Don't do it. I will walk away from your dollar bill, and then
Everybody,
you'll think,
it's look, it's a good time to share the live because you poked the bear.
oh yeah, we're
you,
fired up
you've
now.
po- you've poked the bear. You really have, and all of this is with love and experience. So, if
Hmm.
anybody feels a certain way about it, there's probably a reason why.
Right?
But
And
you
if
know,
people disagree with us, that's fine. Like, say
you're
you
allowed to
disagree with us.
disagree.
That is valid. Like, we are just two
You're
human beings in beautiful wigs. Sarah, I feel very attacked. And you shouldn't
no,
be.
baby. No
Like,
one's here to attack you.
yeah,
No one's here to attack you, honey. You know better than that.
right.
You
We're all
you
here
know
to
where
have
I'm coming
conversation.
from. I
Yeah.
I tell you all the time. They want drag, babe. They, they,
Mhm.
they, it's like, okay, so say me, you've known me for a while. If I were to come out and not wear body, not wear nails, put on a flat wig, you know what I mean? Minimal makeup, my
I would
career would be over.
I would worry about you.
My
But
career
that's
would be over.
but that's also not who you've built yourself up to be. Um,
Right.
I think a good example is Courtney Act. Courtney Act is
Okay.
beautiful. Um, she I don't really she's one of the most talented queens on this planet. Um, I don't like when she doesn't wear body, but that's me. She's also making way more money than I ever will. So, that's a thing. Um,
It's a thing. I know that's a tough topic for a lot of people,
mhm.
but people deserve better.
Yeah.
People deserve
Well,
better. It's not meant to take away from who you are. But
mm,
like Amethyst is not who I am.
yeah.
Amethyst is not who I am. It's a character I created. It's a cartoon version of a speck of my personality.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's an exaggeration. It's larger than life. Things have to be proportionate. You know what I mean? You have to think on a broader scale of things. If you wear minimal things, you disappear. You're not noticeable. You're not making an impact. You're not different. No matter how good of a dancer you are, it doesn't matter. It takes away from the illusion. Drag is an illusion.
I was,
It's not reality.
yeah, I was chatting with a performer recently who does fun makeup, but we're losing her eyes. And I was like, darling, your eyes are like, if you can make this interesting and you can connect with people, like that's that's money. That's money in the bank. Um, and she was just like, oh, I hadn't thought of that. I was trying something fun. I want to try something else. That was what I was telling my friend last night. I was just like, do what you want for this show. Next time, play. Do something fun. Do something
Right.
different. I mean, tonight it was so funny. I was doing my makeup and I was trying to do the thing where the crease does not connect to the rest of your makeup. And I did like a beautiful pink and then I did blue down here. And I realized my eyes just became a trans pride flag. And I was like,
Hey, girl.
I was like, that is not my journey. I have a lot of wonderful trans friends. My life is richer for them. But I felt I need to change this a little bit. So I added some purple and I'm like, oh, 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 that's what I wanted it to be. It's fine if I sit back here. Like this is a makeup where you don't want to get too close. Here's a
And
lot of
and and honestly, like as far as makeup goes, sometimes in drag, you have to put more on to make it look like less.
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The amount of makeup that I have on, like I'm not tooting my horn here. I'm not here to belittle or say anything about. I have a lot of fucking makeup on. You know what I mean? Like things are larger and exaggerated and bigger because I'm a 6'3", 220-pound man. You know what I mean? Like things have to be bigger and more exaggerated. And I'm sorry, but Exhibit A. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I have a lot of makeup on, but I feel as though it doesn't. It's not draggy. This may be drag for some people, but honestly, I'm a woman, hon.
I'm
She's
looking
women.
I'm looking for a picture because I did in one of the murder mysteries I did, I had to be a woman. Um we were short staffed on girls and they threw me in no it's in this folder somewhere. Um I was
I'm only
playing
wearing tinted moisturizer for God's sakes.
actually a different picture than I meant, but I did an event once and I had to do that.
Look at you.
I
Right.
felt so weird. I felt like this is not who I want to be. Um, I
Sure.
felt pretty. Um,
Sure.
some people I've known for years didn't realize it was me. Um, I had somebody come up. I just found out recently. One of the guys doing the show that night didn't realize it was me until a year later.
Wow. Look at her.
And the funny thing
Oh,
is, I am wearing so much makeup in that picture.
right.
Like my brows
Right.
are still glued down,
Right.
just not in the middle.
Fun
Right.
fact, a number of years ago, I did a training video for Rite Aid, the corporation. Okay. They some friends of mine hired me. They're in TV and broadcasting and whatnot, and they knew that I did drag, and they hired Rite Aid hired me to shoot a video for their training purposes for their diversity program. So
Nice.
anybody who got hired had to watch this training video. I played a trans woman named Michelle who had worked for the company for a number of years and had transitioned during my tenure. So very minimal makeup, very small lashes. You know, it was interesting for me for one because I got to represent the trans community and not be a trans woman. So
Hmm.
I treated that with the utmost respect because I did not want to come in as a cisgendered man representing the trans community on a nationally,
Yeah.
training video for a national corporation. You know what I mean? So I understand what it means to minimalize things, but I'm not a trans woman. You know what I mean? I'm a cisgendered man that does drag. So,
Hmm.
these conversations are good to have. They're very good to have. And going back to Sarah, I have the utmost respect for you. You are a phenomenal entertainer. You can
Hmm.
dance the house down, baby. Your drag is your drag, and I understand that this is nobody's coming for anybody here
Yep.
by any means. This is all a matter of opinion, but you know, uh, there it is.
Yep.
Her
And
her name is Edith.
Edith Puthie. Um,
Edith.
Edith Puthie. I just
Edith
filmed
Buffet.
a TikTok a little while ago that the TikTok is, you're damn right I'm thick. Thick of not being appreciated.
Appreciated. That's terrible.
Yep. I loved it so much. Um,
What do we want to bitch about next?
what do we want to bitch about next? Well, it's interesting you mentioned playing a trans character before, because that reminded me, the actress Hunter Schafer, beautiful trans woman, just came out and said, I don't want trans roles anymore. I'm a woman. I want to play women. Um, and I get that. I feel like we got into a habit of being so, I guess, politically correct that
Yes.
we
Yes.
we lost sight of some other things along the way. Um,
Yes.
and that's something I've said for a long time. Like I think we were talking about it last week. We talked about Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I would love to play Bernadette, but as a cis man, I don't think I could. But other people are like, no, 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 you could play that character. Um,
Absolutely.
it's just and like, not every trans person wants to telegraph their transness to the entire world.
Of
Some
course.
people just want to blend in and just exist and live their life. And that kind of goes in with, I'm going to get a little political here. I am sick of my life being a political statement. I am sick of my marriage being up for debate. Like, I am happily married. I've been married for 10 years to the man I love. And is our relationship perfect? No, but I would give up
Nobody's
anything
is.
for that man. And
Right.
to say, "Oh, that's corruption, that's youth, that's just it's disgusting." I'm like, "You don't know my sex life. You don't know our sex life. How
Right.
dare you think you know who we are? Like, you know
There's a
nothing."
lot. There's a
Yep,
lot going on out there. There's a lot of people that have opinions about things they know nothing of.
exactly.
And
Exactly. And
that's what we need to keep vigilant about. We need to keep that in mind that these people are coming from a place of ignorance.
mhm,
And what does ignorance need? Education.
yep.
So while their words and their actions may be hateful, and they may be dangerous. It is so important for us to stay face
Mm-hmm.
and be the good people that we are. Because the second we start to dabble in their fence, that's when
Mm-hmm.
we become just like them. You know
Yep.
what I mean? With all the drag queen story hours, with hatred towards drag, with people not seeing us as valid individuals who are just living our lives.
Existing.
It's because they don't know and understand what we do.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we present them with the right information, what they do with it is their business.
Yep.
But we have to keep on keeping on.
And we have to make smart decisions. I talk about that a lot. We can still push boundaries. We can still
Of course we
push
can.
what we want from our lives, but we have to remember how that affects other people. Um,
Exactly.
like I and like we can't keep tearing each other down. We
No.
cannot keep tearing each other down, especially drag artists.
No.
Um, we're all in the same gig. Putting another performer or putting another show down to lift your own up, you don't need to do that. We can celebrate each other because we're all doing the same gig. And it's funny, I talk about this with another company. Um, I would rather be in an area with a lot of really good drag shows because all it takes is one for people to go, oh, I didn't enjoy that. I don't think I'm going to go to that other one next week. We got to support each other. Like,
Alizé's here now.
oh, good.
You're late.
Ma'am, check
I
your
want to
text messages.
look, since the bear has been poked, we're talking about things tonight.
Yep.
We're talking about things tonight. I want to talk about drag kings.
Let's talk about
We're,
drag kings.
you
I
know,
love
justice
drag kings.
justice is here, and
Hmm.
I think this is going to put up a pretty good argument.
Hmm.
So there has been recent debate, an occasion where there's the long-term debate where drag kings cannot compete with drag queens. You know, how one is so much better than the other.
Hmm.
And I think Justice and some other people that I know are in
Yep.
the positive side of that. So a lot of kings come out very, hate me later, very pedestrian, very, very pedestrian. There is a difference of being a male performer and a drag king. The same way there is a difference of being a female performer and a drag queen.
Yes.
So, all due respect for those entertainers who are drag kings who come out, and I'm being very PC about this, who come out in everyday clothing that is very basic. Of course, standing next to a Swarovski crystal queen is not going to hold a candle to it. And that is the difference of entertainment.
Hmm.
That's the whole difference right there. You have to elevate yourself. And individuals like Justice, who do drag and is a drag king, understand that because they elevate their look. They are more than who they are in their everyday. They wear costume. Peter Pansy, Oliver Twist, Justice, Xander. There are
Yep.
so many Estevan. There are so many
Yes.
quality kings out there because they elevate their performance level. They're not
Look at
coming
Landon
out in a
Cider.
pair of jeans and a t-shirt. Landon Cider. There is a level of entertainment that people expect. So when you come out, forgive me, dressed as a boy or dressed as a girl in something you can get off a rack, guess what, baby? No one's buying tickets to see you perform. no matter how good you are.
Yeah.
This needs to be said.
Hmm.
This needs to be said. There are plenty of my trans brothers who I love and respect, who are performers. You are male performers. You are male performers. I'm not here to slap a label on anything, but you are performing as yourself, as the
Yeah.
man you are. There's
And
you
there's,
got to
I
step
think,
your games up, hun.
in the drag world, we do get a lot of, people stepping into the drag world to perform and then having that moment of, oh, this feels right. I feel like I found myself. I had a friend, I made pads for her for the first time. I watched her put them on and just looking in a mirror, and I'm like, oh, I think I might have unlocked something for someone. And
You
no,
see that.
she just enjoyed being female for a moment. She's not trans. Um, Wonderful drag queen. Just it was, you can see that. Like, I have a few friends who like started doing drag and then were just kind of like, nope, girl. And I love that. I love
Sure.
Derek just commented something on, we were talking about kings. You eat with your eyes first. That's drag.
And even for our trans sisters, you know, like like Shanae, my daughter Alize, it's one
Yeah.
thing there are women on their day to day, but when it comes to that stage, honey,
Mhm.
light it up.
Right.
Christina Doll, Alize, like there's so many
Tamia,
people.
like, yeah,
Tamia, yes, they're every day. They are women, yes, but no one's buying a ticket to see them in their bathrobe, hon. You know what
Josh
I mean?
just Josh
It's
just worded it
drag.
perfectly. Liberace would have just been another pianist, except he had the costumes, the rings, the cars. He was an entertainer.
Right.
You know what's
People want to
better?
see all this.
Yeah. You know what's better than roses on your piano? Tulips on your organ?
Get out.
We were getting heavy, so I was like, I'm going to throw that in there.
That's wonderful. And for everybody watching, I know that these are sensitive topics and they need to be said. And we are not the say all end all of drag. We're
Nope.
really not. But these conversations need to happen. I want to see my friends succeed. I
Yes.
want to see you be better. And sometimes you have to have tough conversations in order to make that happen.
That's, chatting with my friend last night who's stepping into drag. We talked about a lot because she wants to do it. Like, she wants to get into it. But she's heard about the drag scene, so she's a little hesitant. I'm like, it's good. You need to be guarded. You always, and I hate that. You need to be on your guard sometimes because there
Yeah.
are always people who are just
Yeah.
ambitious and they lose sight of everything around them because their own ambition gets the best of them,
It
you know,
does.
and it sucks. Um,
It does. Drag has become drag has become a popular thing to do.
mhm.
Guess what? Drag is not for everybody.
No.
Everything is not for everyone. Just because it's popular. Look, you don't see me playing football, do you? Girl bye. No, like not everything is not for everyone. And drag race has made drag such a popular phenomenon that everybody's like, guess what? I can do drag. Sure, you can do it. Doesn't mean you're good at it. And that's okay. That's
Right.
okay. Not
Well,
everybody's good at drag. My
and
nose
some
itches
people
like crazy. Sorry.
and some people
Uh,
still conflate drag with cross-dressing. They are two, they're similar, but there are big different. If you want to be a cross-dresser, by all means have fun. Enjoy it.
I love that you're saying cross-dresser.
Why? It's not a bad term. It's
No,
just,
I love it. I love
uh,
it.
it's just, if you want to, go for it. Like, enjoy. This is my job. Like, I don't get jo- well, I enjoy performing. Do I enjoy putting pads on? No. They're annoying and they're hot.
Oh,
Um,
none of this is fun.
no. Tu Wong Fu said it best. Ooh, which part? Which part? We talked about Tu Wong Fu last week.
Me
I am
too.
apparently knocking stuff on the other side of the room on the floor.
And you're
um,
not even padded, Jade.
right? It's a huge bitch.
She has an
Uh,
Adam's apple.
it's in there somewhere. I do. I have to force mine down. Like, it's in there.
I do the same thing with food. It's okay.
Drag is
And
having too
other
much
things.
style for one gender. Yeah.
Right. If I can see who your everyday is when you perform, you haven't done
Mhm.
anything. You haven't transformed. If I can
Yep.
see who you are Monday through Thursday on stage, you haven't done enough. You have
Yeah.
not done enough. You
And
haven't.
that's a good building block when you're first starting out. I'm gonna on Drag Race UK, I think it was UK. RuPaul got very upset with I think it was oh, I can't remember the name of the performer. Um but basically they were like, this outfit's from H&M, and Ru was, that's unacceptable. That's not drag. And I'm like, these people are going broke doing Drag Race. Like,
Right.
Joe Black, that's who it was. I had that in my mind. I was like, that is that couldn't remember. But yeah, like I'm looking at my clothing rack right now and I see a lot of Fashion Nova. I'm seeing my coquetry. Um, I see a Morgan Wells right there, but like I've got a few $1,000s worth of drag in this room.
At
Um,
least.
yeah. And I also have some cheap stuff that I just got because it was fun. I have a Jedi robe back there that I haven't even worn yet. Oh, that's gonna happen on the show. Um,
Huh.
but yeah, like there's
You
just
got you got to put effort into it. There
yeah,
there has to be an effort. You know what I mean? If you're getting in drag in 5 minutes, you're not doing drag.
exactly. Oh, I could never.
If you're getting in drag well, Christina Kelly can do it, but if you can get in drag in 20 minutes, you're not doing drag.
She gets in drag with a young priest and an old priest. She sacrifices something on an altar and she's in drag. I don't know what magic or witchcraft it is, but
She's amazing.
that's it.
But
We're going to get her on this show and we're going to tell her we're starting a clock. Now you have to paint,
yeah,
just so people can see that we're not crazy.
yeah.
Well, not about that, but otherwise. Everybody's talking about you playing football now, apparently.
Oh
That's the thing.
God. No, see, that's why I know that I'm not good at football. So I'd be more of a cheerleader. So yeah.
Fancy did
Um,
both.
who did both? Oh yeah.
Fancy.
Oh, that's right.
She was a football player and then she switched to cheerleading. And now Dick. Um
Sorry, I
um
was on break. What? No.
she's she was buffering.
But yeah, like see, now I'm so triggered with these conversations. No, I'm not triggered, I'm inspired because I want everybody to do better. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I don't want people to think that I'm being judgmental because I'm not. I want you to do better. And I'm on the advisory board, as you are, of several pride committees, and some of the prides this year are going to, and here's another topic for debate. A lot of the pride pageants are going to one winner only.
Yep.
And they are being a royal, they're being an ambassador, they're being a representative.
Hmm.
One. It could be a drag queen, it could be a drag king, it could be mix, it
Hmm.
could be non-binary, but
Drag
they're
thing.
going to one. And a
Yeah.
lot of people are having an issue with that because they feel as though they shouldn't have to compete. And this is what they're saying. They feel as though they shouldn't have to compete against drag queens because it's not fair.
Not if
Why
you
is
put
it
work
not
in.
fair that you have to compete against a drag queen? Are you saying that you feel you're not good enough? Because if you are,
That just means, sorry, you have to step up.
That
And that's
means you
not
have
saying
to
your
step your
performance
game
style.
up.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't mean you're a bad entertainer. That doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. There is a certain standard you must reach.
Camp Wanakiki, for I think since season 1, has always had kings on that show.
Oh, my phone died. What am I going to do
Wonderful.
now?
Oh, Patricia, great comment. Um, Finding your gimmick. You have to find your gimmick. Like
Yes,
it's like
absolutely.
my gimmick, I like to be relatively pretty, but I perform comedy. Like I like to have that balance.
Did you just say pretty adjacent?
Yes. I don't I I've always said my drag is not female. I am a cartoon.
You are
Um
a character, Jade, and you know what works for you.
yep,
You're
I'm
an
a character
actor.
actor. Like well, and
You're an
that
actor.
was like people started shitting on Ben de la Creme for a while because she's like, I'm a character queen. When I'm in drag, that's not me. That's the character I'm
Right.
playing. But
Right.
Drag Race has kind of created this like your drag is you. And I think that's why people are starting to say my drag is my truth. And I'm like, that's not
No,
your drag
this
is
is
your
not
art.
100%. This isn't 50% of who I am. This isn't 25% of who I am.
Yeah. What's coming out of the mouth is 100% us.
Sure.
But
This right here is the part of me that loves art. This is the part of me that loves music. This is the part of me that loves fashion. This is the part of me that loves cosmetics. This is the part of me that wants to be an administrator. This is the part of me that wants to be a leader. All these parts create Amethyst Diamond.
yep,
You know what I mean? This is face value, but all of those things are the facets that make me who I am. It's not this is not entirely who I am. These are all the great pieces of who I am in one thing.
yep. I
That's
have
what
a
drag
fun
is.
I have a fun question.
Yeah,
Um
let's do it. I'm already pissed off.
oh no, this is I think you're gonna get a kick out of this question because this is something I've been like marinating in my head for a while of like a fun question to ask our guests when they're on. Um Which quick addressment, we were supposed to have a guest tonight. They unfortunately had an event they had to go and do. They are an ASL interpreter. So like she will be back another time, but she had to cancel and she canceled early and Amethyst and I were like, game on, let's get fired up tonight.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah,
paint our lips on tonight.
exactly. So Amethyst, my question for you,
Yes.
what is one non-drag related thing that people would be surprised to know about you?
I'm a published poet.
Nice.
Um it's weird. I entered a competition in elementary school. No, it wasn't elementary school. It would have been high school. I guess no, middle school, high school, whatever. I
Mhm.
was asked to enter a piece, a handwritten piece regarding teen pregnancy. So it was the 90s.
About that.
It was definitely the 90s. I submitted a piece called A Child's Child that they published and they put in this book of other works. So yeah, I'm a published poet. I have played baritone. I've played trumpet. I was in marching band. Um, I love to cook. I don't do it often enough, but I love to cook. So yeah, what about you, honey? What do you
I
do outside of all this mess?
I am a gamer. I am an online gamer.
Nice.
I just love online video games. Um, I played Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I have a World of Warcraft account right now. Oh, I
Of
am a
course
Star
you do,
Wars
honey.
nerd.
Of course.
Um, yeah, everybody knows I'm a Ren Fair person. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I actually applied to direct a show at Theater of Harrisburg. A really good friend of mine applied for it too, so I don't know if I'm going to get it, but I think I'm going to audition for it because
You
I think the
should.
show would be fun.
You
Um,
should.
there's really
You
only one part
definitely
I
should.
want in it, but we'll see. Um,
That's okay.
but yeah. Oh, Daniel, I just saw your comment. My drag frees me to express a part of me that I wouldn't show out of drag, but my drag is still a character. That right there. My
Exactly.
drag frees me.
Drag does free us.
Yep.
Drag does free us because drag allows me to be somebody that I can't be without it on.
Yeah.
And I have to retract that statement because after I said it, I said that's no longer legitimate. It used to give me a reason. It used to give me an escape. But
Hmm.
now, regardless of whether I'm wearing this or not, I can be Amethyst Diamond no matter what.
Hmm.
So it originally started as a security blanket to allow me to do and say things that I would not normally do because I wasn't as confident as a guy as I am a woman. But now that those two things have met and had a baby, here I am. I can do this regardless. So, yes, I'm still more comfortable to do it in cosmetics, but I'm also an award-winning personal interviewist. So,
Yep. Well, it's that I always go back to it's the mask. You know,
yes,
the king will accept critique from the jester better than the advisor. This is our it's true. Like
I
the
love
jester,
that.
yeah.
I love
I
that.
I heard it in a Kinsey Six show. Um,
Oh,
they're amazing.
I like
Uh,
that.
but yeah, like that's what this is, you know. Even though this is technically my face, there's so much on here that I've restructured my face and I'm like, I'm unstoppable now.
Exactly. It's very empowering. Drag is very, very empowering. And yes, it is very political, whether we want it to be or not. Drag is very political. This
Mhm.
gives us a platform in which we can stand on. We are the voice for people who aren't heard. We're the voice of the unheard. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
Um, so we're superheroes
Mhm.
for people, and that's a very responsible job. So all the people that are just jumping into drag to say they can do drag, you're doing it for selfish reasons. You
Yeah.
have an opportunity and a platform provided for you that if you do it correctly, you can actually make a change and a difference in the world. And that's really why I do drag. My social network is nationwide. You know what I mean? And there's a chance to change the world and be a good, decent human. And sometimes that takes a little bit of cosmetics in order to do it.
Yep.
So
Alize just said the moment we put on the makeup, the lashes, the pads, the heels, and the outfits, we're making a political statement when we walk out of our house. And like I want
I
to
think
add on to that, like the all of the legislation that's coming out against drag is all by people who don't understand what drag is, that still
right.
think drag and trans are the same thing, and they're conflating stories because they know no one's going to do their damn research, and they're just trying to like silence people. The comment, I wish they weren't in your face about it. Oh, you want us all to go back in the closet. That's what you're saying. I remember when the gays weren't out there and weren't, yeah, they were quiet and we didn't hear about them. They were also killing themselves. Like they were also like you had to repress who you were. So no, like
No reason
that's
for us to do that. Nope.
exactly.
We're not the ones
Um,
who need to change.
exactly. Jess has a good question here for us. What helps you get into a better mental health space and feel motivated?
Well,
Music. For me, it's music.
always music.
Yeah.
Um, always music. I
Yep.
think for me, just I mean, and Jade, you know this. There are days where like we have to do this,
Hmm.
where it's difficult, because we're not always in the right headspace to sit down and do the makeup application and gear ourselves up to speak publicly, be in the eye of everybody in the public, to be this persona that we put on.
Hmm.
But knowing that we're making a difference is the driving force.
Yeah.
I think knowing that there's somebody out there who needs me and needs to hear what I have to say, and needs me to be the representative that they need to see in order to be themselves, that is what makes it different.
Mhm.
There have been times where I have sat down and I have started doing my makeup for a show, and I have stopped myself and said, you know what? I can't do this today because I did not recharge myself. I give and 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 I give so much of who I am.
Yeah.
I give parts of myself that I don't have to give for the betterment of somebody else. And that's draining. It's mentally draining. It's physically draining. There are times where I have to do drag where I'm like, why? Why?
Yeah.
But I know that there are people out there that are less fortunate, and there are people out there who need me.
Mhm.
And that's what keeps me going.
The joy we can bring to others will frequently get us out of a funk as well. Um,
Yes.
that's what keeps me going. That's, you know, when I started playing Lady Viola at the Ren Fair, I literally thought, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know what hate I'm going to get. I don't know what BS I'm going to get. And I got nothing. Nothing. People just loved her because she's crazy. Um, and this year I'm doing my own one person show, and I am very nervous about it, but it's silly as hell, and I'm very excited to do this show. So
You should
like,
be. You're going to be great at it. You're going to
right?
be, you know how to improv, you know how to
Mhm.
work a crowd, you know how to walk into a room and read the temperature and apply.
Exactly, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, it's gonna be a delightful. Um, Jesse Briggs put a comment here. I'm so bummed I'm not going to be working with you on Saturday. Um, I want my drag to make a difference in the world and lift people's spirits. That
That's
that
all it is.
exactly. Um,
That's what it should be about.
right, Miss
That's
Sophia.
exactly what it should be about.
How do you deal with being true to your art but being acceptable by the masses for regular bookings? That's a
Being true to
tricky
your
one.
own. Mhm. Um, you have to know how to adapt.
Hmm.
You have to know how to be a chameleon, especially when it comes to drag. You have to know how to, like I was just saying, you have to know how to walk into a room or a scenario or an environment or an event and know the audience you're playing to.
Yep.
You never want to do anything that is disrespectful to who you are as an artist. You know, we don't do this to disrespect ourselves.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just about knowing your audience, knowing who you are as a person, and just knowing when you can put little bits of yourself into everything, which is most things,
Hmm.
but everything has an occasion. And you just have to know when to apply those things to each occasion,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense.
It does, because like I've heard it said, like we've had guests on the show who have been put off by the fact that people have been like, "Oh, I'll book you for Halloween because you're spooky," and they're just like, "I can do more than Halloween." Um, and that's true. You Heck, we just did a comedy night at Divas Down Under, which was a delightful show. This one in the dressing room, blacking out her teeth and doing a full redneck number. Hilarious. Um,
Best I've ever looked.
right, flawless. Holding her baby, which was a bottle of Jack Daniels. Um,
Don't judge me.
I already do. Um, it was such a fun show. Like, you've got to find those ways. Um, I got booked in a show that had an emo theme. That's not me. That's not what I do. But you know what? I took it as a game on. Let's see what I can come up with. And I
There's
had
a lid
fun.
for every pot.
Yeah, that. But yeah, like you gotta, and that's where being a versatile performer comes in. You gotta be able to do a multitude of different gigs. When you're starting off, that's not gonna be the case. So you gotta pick your battles. But like I said, I'm looking at this clothing rack right here and I'm like, I have a lot of crap. A lot of it.
A lot of crap. There's a
I have a
lot of
lot
crap
of
back
crap.
here.
I have so many things over there that I'm like, I've worn that once. I need to wear that again. I don't need to watch it. Um, but yeah, like
Yes.
that's
You have to
been
be very versatile in drag. You have to the thing you have drag is thinking of something you thought you think you would never wear. Like, oh, I hate that color. Oh, I hate that pattern. Get an outfit in that exact pattern and color.
Mhm.
Because guess what? That's going to become your favorite thing to wear.
When I was telling my friend last night, I was like, when I started doing drag, I swore I'm not going to be that bitch who has 1,000 gowns. I have a lot of freaking gowns now. Oh,
I feel
right.
very attacked.
You should. Um,
Thank you, thousand gowns.
right. But yeah, now I have like a ton of gowns, and I'm just like, one of my favorite numbers to perform. I did it at Blue Moon this year. It's a beautiful ballad. I come out just looking very vintage and classy and gorgeous, and it's a nice slow song called Everybody's Fucking But Me. And she's just pissed the whole song.
Oh, I love this. I think this has been good.
Yeah. We got another one here.
Bring it
Another,
on, hun.
how do you separate the current climate surrounding drag from the art and find joy in performing these days?
I think the last thing you want to do is separate those things
Yep.
because that is exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Don't separate nothing.
Yep. I try when I'm in drag, I don't think of it. I also have not been in the line of fire. So,
Right.
I
Right.
we have a group chat where we've been chatting with Miss Amy Vanity, and it hasn't been great for her. She had
No.
a bomb threat at her show. Like
Can you
I can't
imagine?
even fathom that.
Can you
But
imagine someone doesn't like you so much that they want to blow you up?
and now like Planet Fitness is getting bomb threats because of their
What?
trans inclusive uh policies. Like I'm ready for all
Wow.
of those people like their phone numbers to be tracked down. Just, hey, so you did a bomb threat. Enjoy life in prison.
That's what I'm saying. These people think they're cute because obviously you can't just call a bluff on something like that. You can't say, "Oh, they're just playing," because safety matters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's a serious thing. We take those things seriously, and obviously they know if they do that, they can shut down our events like that,
Yep.
and that's not fair.
Yep.
But it's not going to stop us at all. You're not going to stop us. Go ahead with your bomb threats.
Yep. Not separate as much as keep going when everyone wants you to hate it. I haven't had that experience, honestly. Like I hate drag enough for everybody. I hate getting into it. I I love
I do
performing.
what I do what I love. And Justice, I know you love drag just as much as I do.
Hmm.
So people will be people. People will have their opinions. If you love what you're doing, which you should, which when we first met, I was judging you at a competition and I told you and you came out and I was like, well, I guess everybody else can go home. Um,
Hmm.
you do great drag. So
Yeah.
don't ever stop doing it for anyone else
Yeah.
because they can't see the value in what you are.
Between the death threats and being a quote child predator on top of hate toward kings, I can't seem to find inspiration anymore. One, you're not a child predator.
You're not,
Two, like
obviously.
the hate toward kings, I I understand where you're coming from with that statement, and it's not that's that's a limited scope, and you know but we love kings. Everything
Yes,
that was said tonight about kings was completely valid and completely true, but kings make the world go round. Queens are nothing without their kings. Um, well, that's not true, but because we all stand on our own. But kings can stand
yeah,
beside a queen and compete as beside a queen and lift each other up.
absolutely.
That's
Especially for your style of drag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think again, kings get a lot of flack because of the level of commitment that is not being presented. You do the makeup, you do the different styles of hair, you do the different costuming, you take from movies, you do different characters. That is drag. You do drag.
Yep.
You do drag. You're not just a male presenting character. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? You do drag, you elevate who you are in your everyday. Like Justice and you are two different people. You know what I mean? So I think that's why drag kings get such a bad rap with people is because people look at it and say and they see mediocre. They're basing it off what is being presented.
Hmm.
Is that wrong to say?
I don't think so.
There's a lot of bad drag queens out there too, hon. You know what I mean? There's a lot of terrible drag out there. A lot. It's not not you, Jade. There's a lot of bad drag out there, period.
Yeah.
It's valid,
Hmm.
but it's not good. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. I think this answer should be so obvious for people.
Yep.
It should be so obvious. There's a lot of lazy, basic ass drag out there. I'm sorry, there is a lot.
And the thing that sucks is there are so many people trying to tear people down and trying to get them to stop. You
Yeah.
can't listen to the I know it's tough. I know that's easier said than done, but you just can't listen to it. I on my Facebook feed, um, I always try to support like trans athletes, trans just equality in general. And then I go to the comment section, I just see ignorance being posted, just horrible things like, and I'm just like, are you kidding? Like uh anytime Marvel posts something that has a female character at the lead, there's usually 1,000 laugh emojis. And I'm like, are you guys so bored that all you can do is laugh? This movie's going to be garbage. The movie hasn't come out yet. You're just, sexist. Like,
Right.
how dare women have their time? Um, The Marvels was a great movie. Whether you, like, meh, she just watched it.
I
Um,
just watched it yesterday.
right. Um, The Marvels was great. Um, Wakanda Forever, phenomenal movie. Like, I, 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 I was waiting in that movie. I was waiting for Nakia to become Black Panther instead of Shuri. Like, I thought that's where they were going to go with it. I'm glad they didn't, but like,
Right.
um, but yeah, just if your whole life is based on like tearing other people down, what are you doing?
Get a
Not
life.
not a very Christian thing to do either. Like a lot
Oh
of people
God.
weaponizing Christianity to attack other people. That's not what Christianity is about. Like that is the most sacrilegious thing I can imagine. And that's not my faith, that's not my background, but I'm like I find that so repulsive when people are just like
When they
I
hide behind religion,
yeah, my religion
they
says I can't do this. Okay, then don't do it. Well, you shouldn't either. Well, sorry, I don't follow that belief system.
they pick and choose what they want to preach about.
Yeah, and the
It's a
pick and choose
shame.
which parts they listen to and which parts they don't,
Right.
which
Right.
is
I
just
I grew up
awkward.
in the church. I grew up in a Protestant church. Am I
Hmm.
religious? No. Am I spiritual? Absolutely.
That.
Absolutely. Because I can guarantee you the person that made me out of love.
Hmm.
Hate is not tolerated in my maker.
Nope.
Hate and judgment were not things I was designed or allowed to do.
Exactly.
So I've said enough about that.
We should all be celebrating each other. Speaking of which, we got so on a roll. We didn't even talk about shows we've got coming up. And we've got Derek's helpful drag tip to get to.
Is he ready?
I think he's not coming on tonight. So when we come back in September, we've got a lovely treat for everybody. Not only will we be doing Derek's helpful drag tip, but Derek will be joining us for the drag tip. So
Ooh,
buckle up, everybody. He's got some
Husky
opinions.
Husky Varn is coming.
Oh yeah, get ready for Husqvarna. I'll put her in drag one night. That'll be great.
Oh God, do you have enough glitter?
We're not doing that in the house.
Do you have enough patience?
Also not doing that in the house. But tonight, Derek's helpful drag tip, and this is a good one for show promoters. Let's normalize providing images of the venue space to performers who have never been there before. Let's make that a thing. I like that.
I like that. I've been doing a lot of new venues lately, and you know, it's scary not knowing what you're walking into because you could walk in and be like, oh, I have no space here. Or you could walk in and go, oh, I should have done a longer mix. um,
Yeah.
so yeah, it is if it's possible, you know, to provide that sort of information, then so be it. But I usually do a lot of research on places
Mhm.
before I go work there just to check it out. But yeah, that is nice, you know, to provide as much information to your entertainers as possible. Rules and regulations, expectations, you know, things like that ahead of time are good because, well, for those of us that do this for a living, if I don't have to do a certain this, that, or the third, then I won't. You know what I
Yep.
mean? If I can be prepared to walk into something ahead of time, then please gift me that. That would be
Yep.
great.
When I first started doing shows at the Blue Moon, I had never seen the venue beforehand. And I was coming in right out. The rule used to be at Blue Moon, you could not leave the stage. And so my brain was like, okay, I can work with that. And then they changed the rule. And then I got off the stage not realizing all the tables are high tops, and I'm 5'4". So all of a sudden I'm doing my number and I'm gone. I'm in the
And
room
you're like,
somewhere.
what are you guys doing up there?
We represent the Lollipop Guild. Um, but yeah, like it's now I know that venue and I love that venue. I'll be back July 14th. No, July 12th, sometime that weekend. I don't know. It's on my
She's
calendar.
there.
I'm
She is
there.
there. She's
Yeah.
there. She is
Um,
doing it.
Speaking of shows, what do you got going on this weekend?
Okay, so this weekend, as Miss Gay Gettysburg America, I am hosting our second benefit. This will be benefiting the eighth annual Gettysburg Pride Festival, the first week in June. So this is Spring to the Rainbow Drag Show. It is 8 p.m. It's at 8 p.m. It's an early Saturday evening, this Saturday, April
Yay!
13th. We do have limited seating available. There's only about 80 seats available in the venue. It is at the Gettysburg Community Theater. We will be showcasing that night. My co-host is Jay DeVere. We will have Drag King Chase, as well as Shady P from Delaware. The return of Joey Morgan that night, as well. We will be joined by my daughter Alize and Candy Bar from Harrisburg. So please come out and support us. All the money raised, ticket and tip included, will be going to the 8th annual Gettysburg Pride Festival. That's all I have this weekend. I am doing well, Alize and I are both are doing a Cinco de Mayo brunch on Cinco de Mayo. That's the 5th of May for you English speaking people. Um, we have Miss Gay America 2019. My Maryland sister, Andorra Tete, will be joining us, as well as my other Maryland sister, Miss Gay Maryland America 19 and 20, Chastity Vane. Will be joining us. It is a Cinco de Mayo brunch. The tacos and margaritas will be flowing. The price point is perfect for everybody's wallet. So make sure you get those tickets. $30 gets you your first mimosa and an all-you-can-eat buffet. For crying out
Oh,
loud, all you can eat, all you
do
can
it.
eat. Do it. It gets you it gets you a seat at the table. It gets you a mimosa, and it gets all-you-can-eat tacos.
That sounds like heaven.
Yes, Get your tickets. They're not going to last. That will be at the Hanover Markets in Hanover, Pennsylvania. The day prior, my baby girl is doing a Hanover Pride benefit as well, at McAllister's on York. I think that's sold out. There may be one or two general admission tickets left, but it might be sold out. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, come join us. Come find us. Where are you going to be, kid? Huh? What's going
Well,
on?
that Friday, I am returning very briefly to Pennsylvania for Divas Down Under. We are doing a summer beach party.
I
It will
love
be
that show.
Alizela Diamond, Amethyst Diamond, Christina Dahl, Jade DeVere, Poison, and Tamia Giselle Michaels.
Oh
So,
God,
right, that's going to be a wild, wild show.
they're
Um,
back.
they're
They're
back,
back.
and Christina's going to be naked.
She ain't gonna wear no clothes, nothing but a pasty.
She will wear a postage stamp.
She will. She invented post-its,
She did.
transsexual post-its.
Transgender, ma'am.
hmm
Uh-huh.
hmm
Don't mind her. She's
Don't
she's
mind me.
living her life.
Living my
Anyway,
truth.
and then in 2 weeks, I'm super excited. You're all gonna be here at my house with a visit from Choco L'Amour. I am
Oh,
pulling I'm pulling up that menu because like it's disrespectful, like the amount of
yes.
food we're getting.
Join us
Um,
as we get diabetes.
we will be having um chocolate with peanut butter cake bombs,
Ugh,
red velvet with cream cheese buttercream cake bombs, lemon with raspberry or orange cream cake bombs, which already that's just the first three lines. New York style cheesecake with strawberry or mocha sauce,
oh,
indulgence, which is a flourless chocolate cake, choco bar, chocolate chip cookies, deep fried chocolates, which are going to be mint peanut butter, salted bacon,
oh,
spiced Mayan, which I can't have.
I can't
Um,
have them.
right, raspberry, and then we're also going to have some chicken nuggets with chocolate barbecue sauce.
And
Just
if you see me wearing an inside the drag closet hoodie and sweatpants, mind your business. That night, mind your business. That I'll be wearing exactly that night, or maybe that one,
right,
maybe.
and you
And if
can
you
pick them
haven't
up
gotten
as
yours,
well.
do it. That's right. You can buy our merch at www.jdevere.com/merch for all of our fabulous merch, hoodies and towels and onesies and dog leashes and harnesses and bells and whistles and
I don't
I don't know,
I don't know that we have all of that, but we could
fanny packs,
bet we do have fanny packs. That is true. Oh, what were they called? What did Arthur call them? Bum bags.
uh, bum bags, bum
Bum bags.
bags. We have wet wipes and feminine napkins, all kinds of things.
Uh, Okay, well, I don't know what's wrong with Amethyst anymore. I think she's checked out.
Nothing, everything's fine.
Girl, do you have anything to say to the guests before we take off for the evening?
I do. You know what? We entertain you every other week on this show, and we always put on a good face for you guys. But tonight we really just wanted to be upfront and talk about issues that are in the current climate and things that people find difficult to talk about, but things that need to be talked about. And like I said, we are not the say all end all of anything. This is just our opinions, but our opinions come with many years of experience. Yes, we are still learning, and yes, the vocabulary is still being ironed out. And at the end of the day, we love and respect you.
Yeah,
No matter what comes out on the show, we love and respect you, and you are valid, and you do matter, and we do love you. But on the topics of drag, we speak from experience, but we are here to learn with the rest of you. So thank you for being a part of the conversation. Thank you for watching our show. Thank you for sharing our show. Thank you for hearing us out. And thank you for being you.
yeah.
So
Without all of
we'll,
you, we would not be here.
yeah. We're grateful, truly.
Indeed. We'll see you in 2 weeks on April 24th.
We're going to
Make good
eat
choices,
everything. We're going to
everybody.
eat.
We're going to eat so much.
We're going to eat so much.
It's going to be amazing.
We love
Bye,
you.
everyone.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you for joining us on Inside the Drag Closet.